Welcome back, folks, one and all, to the final map of Let's Play Doom 64 Retribution version 1.5, as played on the GZDoom engine, on the Doom Slayer difficulty. The last map indeed. Holy moly. Absolution. Let's go. So, we start off in a room of supplies. That's normally meant to be an invulnerability. It's going to be all but useless anyway. So we'll just grab the Megasphere and all the plasma that we need. So we're back up to 600 now. There was absolutely no point in scrounging for cells at the time. So what happens next is we step out into the arena, and once we walk past, that door is going to be sealed off. There'll be no going back. So we're going to start with the rocket launcher. Now, before I step forward, the idea is we're supposed to be able to use the artifacts to seal off these teleporters if we so choose. I choose not to because I'm an idiot and I'm a badass. So we're just going to go full hand with the rocket launcher on this crowd. Although in the next step, I'm going to be a bit more sensible. Anticlimactic, but sensible. But this crowd really isn't all that bad. The only thing you'd really have to worry about is any souls going astray. So just watch out for any souls charging at you with your rockets going to miss. I suppose I'll describe the Mother Demon herself while I'm fighting it out with these guys. Pretty much looks like a big giant insect. She's got multiple homing rockets and some sort of flame attack. And I think she's got roughly, more or less, the same level of health as a Cyber Demon. I don't know the exact numbers. They're not exactly the Cyber Demon, but she's pretty damn strong. But I'm just going to take her out with the Unmaker. The ever so OP weapon. Let's take these souls out first. Otherwise, we've only got that Baron left, and then she'll be like, "Yo, what up?" But as a man who wants to get shit done, I'm not tolerating this. What can I say? Quite simply that the journey has finally ended at long last. And the last map, it's just a simple arena fight. You get a mini slaughter map. You can choose to seal off the monsters if you so choose, and then the Mother Demon fight appears, and I just go with the Unmaker because I've tried doing it the badass way with a plasma gun, but there's too much of a risk that she'll just outright murder you. Let's just go through the ending and go through the roster, and yeah, I guess I'll do a voiceover while that's happening. Ending 10 out of 10. Where to start with this one? We simply must start off with addressing how incredible this game is in Doom's history. At the time of its release, there was almost nothing quite like it. We had the PlayStation Doom originally, sure, but that was a reimagining of our old PC classics. This title was brand new, featuring all original maps, tweaked monster behavior and AI, puzzling elements here and there. And not to forget, terraforming that could drastically alter entire rooms. All this on a console, and not to mention a Nintendo system that refused to have CD-ROMs at the time. Most impressive, I must say. Although I do have trouble playing the game on the real hardware these days, if because aspects of its level design feel like they don't work well with a Nintendo 64 controller. It's not a mouse and keyboard issue entirely either, as I've handled PSX Doom with a controller just fine in past gaming, but even so, it's a most impressive, however underrated entry in Nintendo 64's library. And Retribution here? A conversion that is reaching perfection ever so closely with each release. As it stands now, it's the most astounding experience with this game you'll ever have, no matter how you choose to play it. The expanded animations, the Easter egg, and the level of extra content you'll have with the GZDoom expansion maps you can further sink your teeth into. And, oh, the Doomslayer difficulty. Need I say more on why such adjustments for a difficulty made this playthrough a maddening joy to challenge and conquer? From my understanding, the last main goal for Navanda's mod is to have the lighting perfected by version 2.0 to better closely match that of the game's hardware. I will say though, even though it's not perfect yet, it still gives off those same spooky vibes for me, all the same. Now, we're not entirely finished with this LP just yet, oh no. Current plans for my final Doom 64 video are as follows. To play through the bonus levels you can unlock on the cartridge, although they will be on the standard Watch Me Die setting and without commentary. The second goal is to tour Navanda's test facility. You can essentially investigate a series of rooms where you can test how everything works. In essence to that is an arena where you can pit yourself against any monsters you choose. Or pit monsters against monsters. So if anyone has ever pondered which monster could defeat which, now's your chance to speak up in the comments. You can make one request only, and pick from a quantity of up to 12, as that is the limit programmed accordingly for each side of the fights. So, for example, you could have up to 12 Cacodemons up against 12 Pain Elementals and see what happens if you wanted to. I'll make the effort to put out the final bonus video a week after this video has gone up, but it may be shorter or longer. We shall see. I surmise someone will be pondering just what my plans for my next playthrough are to be. I do have a short, bite-sized, casual playthrough of sorts lined up. You'll know of it when you see it. But for my usual forte of Let's Plays such as this, or the likes of Blood and Shadow Warrior or such, there might be some new content in the making, but I shall be taking a break from the upload side of things. I'll be working on something in the background. I just need to relax. What? You can't get enough of me? May I remind you I have a Twitch and a Discord as well? They're in the description below. In closing, I want to thank everyone who watched me practice for this on Twitch. I give special thank yous to everyone who has watched and upvoted every last video, as that helps give me motivation to keep going with this. Last, but definitely not least, I give an especially huge thank you to Navanda for being among the Twitch and YouTube viewers. for interacting with me, as I've been playing Doom 64 every step of the way. It's not often such a model will grace his presence with me, and that would be amiss not to mention. Until the bonus video arrives, I'm the Wolf Arok. See you all later!